Right, so I hopped on live. Thought I would just kind of check in with the energies and see what Spirit had to say, messages from the universe. We are leading up to a very big, not Sunday, very big weekend, and that we're going to have the spring equinox. We're going to move into Aries season, and we're going to have Saturn move into Jupiter for the first time in 29 years. And it's big. So you can hold on. Sorry, guys. My daughter's texting. We're kind of in prep mode around here. Just in case we all have to hunker down. They canceled schools and is shutting down. Casinos are shutting down coming this week. It's wow. I'm really grateful. My daughter, who lives here, is headed to Utah. She'll be with her dad and her brother, and then the little one will be here with me. So we're blessed. Yeah, they did till April 6th here right now. I've seen most places at 2 weeks, and I wasn't sure how much I'd say. It's just you and me on here right now. So I'll tell you, like, Vegas is the 5th biggest school district in the country. I worked in it for 15 years. And we service many, many, many low-income families. And my biggest concern right now, as you guys know, because you know me, is the kids. And are we doing what's for the highest good of our kids? We're instilling fear by disrupting the routine in no school. And then we have so many single parents across the country that can't afford. Where are they going to put their kids? And so this leads me to think we are going to have thousands, millions of children home alone. Yay, here we are again. Like, something's going to break, and I can feel it. It was coming through in the cards, and it's been coming through with Spirit. This Saturn movement, along with is that it's representative in our lives too. We all feel this big shift within our lives, and with whatever aspect is really been, your focus, or it could be many, with relationships, with careers, with money. We're going to see very, very big shifts in money, in systems. This is the beginning of, the Babylon Tower. Absolutely. And, during pre-shuffication and the Rainbow Bridge and all of this, like, kind of flooded in all at the same time. And I was like, yes, it's really, really exciting. But there's that double-edged sword of it, right? That with the tech, I did see, and the message came through very clear to light workers, to those who are awakened and in ascension, that your hard work is paying off. It might, again, we cannot look at what's happening out here because we know there's so much more to this, right? And it's time to really stay focused, kind of like eye on the prize, and heal, keep healing, just keep moving forward, because it's working and things are moving very, very quickly, according to my team, at least, in that it's actually kind of pleasantly surprising, the pace of this. And so I definitely get a sense of this is the beginning of the next couple years, and this breakdown before we can rebuild. This is the unification of the people. That's the rainbow, right? Of the people coming together. And it is really, really fucking exciting. And then there's this, having to deal too in that I'm a parent and I got a 6-year-old. I'm really blessed that I work at home. So I can do my best to make this work. And I've already been thinking, all right, so lots of trips to the park. Let's see, I might have to go buy a few more board games because he's 6 and he can't play past the popcorn with me. But my daughter is amazing. Like I said, she's going to go stock up on some a little bigger than mine. So if I need to or feel the need to shift space, I have that option. And so I'm trying to follow the guidance and make the positives out of the best situation, and more time with the 6-year-old. And more time playing, which is a good thing. Y'all might see me more. I'm gonna have to come up with some creative things. Actually, I think you will be seeing more because that's me following my guidance. And as a light worker in Ascension, really, this is what we're being called to do: is get for lifetimes is here. And when I think of that, like, I can feel it in my soul, all of the hard work about to pay off. Everything, this huge shift, and everything kind of coming to this completion. And I feel it within in my own individual experience, this whole coming home, this union within. And I feel that I feel it. This is where we're moving with the collective. I feel it within the light worker. I don't know what to call anything. This is what happens when there's no labels, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, it's shine and our gifts and our abilities that we have been persecuted for, that we've been killed for, silenced, now get to be seen. And it's not about being seen, but I think you know what I mean with that. What else? I feel this leading up, like I said, and so we'll tap into cards. I don't know. There's something, but we'll see. I don't know. Let's kind of start with some of the big energies. Big energies currently in this week. Collective energies. Ooh, they be flying, y'all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, we got 4. Very feminine, and I'm not surprised by that. I've been feeling, again, one of the positives and the reasons, hopefully for many, it is that parenting approach of, okay, so let's get outside and play with her. Let's nurture and compassion, right? Really bringing this healing, divine feminine energy in, that is the balance. And that's where we're working towards. But things have to be disrupted to find that balance. Goddess of the moon. We have the new moon, right? Right after all of this weekend comes the new moon and Mercury going direct. So again, a lot of thinking woman. Again, this shift of balance, we have to leave things that no longer serve, right? That aren't for the highest good. And I feel like for a lot of people and collectively, this is that there's been clarity coming in since the full moon. It's been really crazy, right? And now we have all this stuff going on in the collective. And there's really, people are really making some big decisions in how they want to move forward. And that, especially for those awakened and in ascension on the ascension highway, it is very, very clear that in order to do the work, there are things that have to kind of be cut out, and we have walking away. It to me too is a little bit of goddess of the moon, thinking woman, a little bit with the collective stuff of starting to see things clearly, people starting to trust their intuition, people walking away mass wise, the mass awakening, walking away from belief systems, programming. Hills in the pyramids are interesting. And I think that definitely galactic intervention is going to be seen and revealed. And it's not too far in the distant future. So in things that just coming through, and you guys know I try to like give it an individual spin, but also the collective speak leading up to the weekend. And I'll be on to talk about Saturn and Jupiter. I really want to look at yeah, my ears ringing. Oh God, um, this shift is going to affect us because it is a very big one, and it's part of this tension we feel building, and that started in January when Saturn did its when it did its big movement. Definitely energies of almost like pensive, if that's the right word, that I'm feeling. It's time to go on the bottom of this deck. So there's definitely some walking away, some endings, as we know, that are going to be bringing in more balance, trusting of the intuition. It's like in pensive, not seeing a lot of numbers stand out. Sevens. Again, it's just a lot of, and you guys probably are experiencing a lot opening up in the upper chakras, throat and up. The more that heart expands open, it's like it's pushing it open. It's so expansive, and I don't know where I went with that. Oh, I just totally lost that one. Oh, just the opening up. So these sevens to me are very much spirit supporting all of this and supporting you and all of us. The universe, it's been such a difficult, challenging journey. This is that shift that we've been waiting for. So why comes out, and I think that's going to be the big question, right? That is going to be part of this revolution. Is this, why are things being done the way they are? Why why are we back here again, right? And this is this erasure, this closure of cycles. And again, we've been doing them individually, clearing past karma, clearing old energy, clearing and erasing contracts, right? And now we begin this journey as a collective, and that's a lot of this fear coming up that most aren't aware of. Is this is very, very old fear. This has been a cycle with plagues, right? And things of this nature at this kind of time in terms of astrology. So I think the big question is why right now. It seems that's going to be a big theme this week is I don't know. I'm hearing a little bit of seeing the why. Now, this week might be a little bit of kind of connecting the dots of now understanding why things had to go the way they did. Take it, it's general, and take it as it resonates for you. If it doesn't, it's just not meant for you. And I'm just kind of shuffling and channeling, doing my thing while I'll see what spirit, what else might be themes this week? Not quiet in my ear. Interesting. Okay. So why? Whoa. Okay. Right when I say that. Huh. And then check out the bottom. A change in the wind. 3 years, very near. I don't know if that's just me or if you guys have been having a similar kind of energy around you. But again, we got another 7 with the 5 and the 2. We know the change, and the why, I think, is really healing. That's the why, is because on our own individual journeys, we had to go through this healing process. We had to walk away. We had to learn to trust our intuition and balance it with logic, with heart, right? And soul. And it's now this uh, what do we do with it is we give it away. And that's the call of the light worker right now, because this is very much what the collective and the masses are going to start having to go through is the whys, and why is everything happening? Why is everything falling apart? And it is essentially, as we all know, it comes down to, keep it simple, healing, so that we can heal, so that we can ascend. And no, it's not always fun nor easy. And yes, change has to happen. Whoa, I grabbed the wrong deck, but I like what's on the bottom. This kind of sense I get that we're going to see a lot of being led by the divine feminines. And for the first time, we're going to see really divine feminines like myself speaking out. It really, to me too, this is, again, this why now. It's the balance of that feminine and masculine energies, and Gaia. It's Gaia healing and ascending, and it's, it's this journey. It's all kind of coming through as whoa. Spirit's just kind of like, it's all like this, right? And I feel like that's our message, is now it's time to move forward and bring that healing light out, bring that truth out, bring those whys out to help and assist in the balance. But it's going through your own process first. And you know what? I kind of feel like just pulling some oracles, and then I'll grab some tarot. Let's see with the Mystic Shaman. How are you guys feeling? Everybody okay this weekend? Feeling okay? I know Mark said you weren't, and I had a few other people reach out, and I just feel, and I'm like, yeah, hang in there. Everybody's feeling it. I felt more tired than anything, and I do feel I've been trying to stay very grounded, because I feel a little bit spacey, to be honest, like really connected, like just a lot coming in and downloading, and it's a big transition for us all. Yeah, I'm glad you recovered quickly, though. I think I felt like with you, it was very much not viral, more ascension related than anything. The smoky mirror, 2 47s, so 11. This has been manifesting, right? This is a really powerful time for light workers and manifesting. Abundance is very important part of this journey, and I feel like we're going to see a big shift in that. And that's a lesson of how to use money, right? For the highest good. These 2 11s are standing out. Definitely could be spiritual partner energy. It could relate relationship wise. another 11, into 55. There's that, to me, that change in the wind. The corn, there's 10, harvest. So, things are coming to fruition. When I say abundance, it's going to be time for many a time of abundance, while others it's going to be quite the opposite. It's smoky mirror. This is the veil to me, the veil thinning. This is the Buddhas coming out of the shadows. Peace, that water, that calming, bringing that peaceful, calm energy to like the lifting of the veil. It almost is what I'm getting. And then the council came through. There's an 11. This is light. This is, Council of Light, Galactic Federation. This is you again, that energy, goddess of the moon, I said, of really tapping in and working with spirit, working with the light beings that are here and available. To me, too, this is a little bit, when we talk collectively of what we could be seeing, it's a little bit of revealing of the light beings that are here and are assisting. And Taming the Wind came out, which is interesting because you guys, if you follow, I've been talking about what for like 6 weeks, every Sunday and Monday here in Vegas is has been windy, and it's crazy again today, and it's supposed to blow for the next 2 days and then start to rain again, which is very strange weather for us. But it goes again with that cleansing, that purification, Gaia healing. It's air related to the heart chakra. I do want to look at the book. I don't think I've ever pulled the Smoky Mirror or Taming the Wind, but to me, this is working with Gaia. This is working with the elements, possibly. It's again a change, maybe in how we see Gaia as our home. Recognition of the divine feminine, and that starting with Gaia, with the divine mother, Mother Earth, and let's see. The feather is for clearing of wind, right? This is a time to be present, a time to clear your energy, to be conscious of how you communicate. Create sacred space in home or office. Woo! Office just, and I thought of feeling of the light, the clearing out of all that no longer serves. And it's funny, I put that taming the wind around walking away. So this again is this, I feel like this week is the clarity, the really, and it feels for light workers very soul mission related. It feels like now, with everything going on, there's going to be some clarity in what you want to do. Many of you, it could be, like I said, walking away from jobs because you feel this passionate calling to do something, right? But it's also spirit saying, you don't have to do, like, it's not about, that's all we have to do. And we can see that because this, is just growing and growing. Spirituality, awakening, all of this, we're kind of in the forefront of it. We're leading the way in it. And so how this looks for us is going to be evolving too, as we feel called to. You might start doing one thing and it evolves into something else. I'm doing readings and this and putting things out, sharing messages. But like Friday, I had my first session with an 11-year-old, and it was more like a mentoring session, and it was super cool. And I can see where, and I'm working with mom as well. So that's just amazing. There's this again, this feminine healing with mothers and daughters that really, like, I was like, are part of this. And I think that's another thing, real quick, about children and school of all things, because you notice who's not really being affected by coronavirus. It's the kids. So, and there's a reason, because they're our light. They are assisting us, and many of them are going through hard times with this as well. And I think that's where I get really like, that's where my angry, like, Hecate energy comes through, because I'm like, fuck with the kids, man. Don't, this is not, this isn't going to play this way anymore, at least in my mind. But I'm crazy and own it. So, you know. All right, let's look at what energies will be challenging us this week. Challenging energies this week. Definitely something is becoming clearer this week. And I feel like that's so that path is clear after this weekend as we move into Aries season and this new year. Definitely passion related, masculine energy, which is interesting when we started out with such big feminine energy. That's part of the balance. Could be, definitely I'm hearing communication of wands, the two of swords. And that to me, just even looking at where everything's laying, like the smoky mirror, something's lifting, some clarity's coming in. What we're going to be challenged with is maybe the way it comes in, or it's weird. It might be the way it comes in, or that something unexpected almost. It almost feels like that tower, something you didn't see coming, but we get the Justice card. So there's something that has been imbalanced, right? That is now coming to light, or you can't see that there's like an answer coming, an answer. Okay. And I feel like that's, yeah, there could be some choices that have to be made now, later near the end of the week. It could be, yeah, it is really interesting. And I like loud as day, like answer. There's some kind of clarity coming in that makes things clearer, feeling balanced. Tell me why the King of Wands is here as a challenge. Get the Fool. Yeah, it feels like almost like something unexpected, or that sparks this. There's something with this that feels like balanced, but sitting on that council and the 2 11s are really interesting. Could be something collectively, within government, for sure. Oh my God. How honest can I be right now? Because the way this is laying, all I saw was kind of this orange hair and the Fool. This is very weird for me. Like in terms of collective messages, it feels like we could see some kind of communication from the leader of the United States, from the president, that is unexpected, maybe foolish, maybe revealing something within government. I don't know. Just that fool coming out there. I'm whatever's coming through, I'm letting come through. Tell us about the justice. Queen of Pentacles, something balanced. I'm seeing masculine and feminine energy. So the challenge might be wherever there's been the imbalance is now something unexpected comes in that shifts it. It's really interesting. There's a lot of players involved, if that makes any sense. But again, here's that balance underneath. So it's this, wherever you've been stuck, there's a shift coming. But I'm also getting this message of something unseen, something unexpected. So it might be, I just saw the 5 of Pentacles. It might be a return you never saw coming. It might be oh my God, I just lost it. Oh, I know. Something that throws you. Again, I'm getting this weird energy of, and it's not weird energy, but it's different. It's like, again, like this element of surprise, something that you don't see coming. To me, if it's somewhere where you're stuck or been more at a crossroads, this is the week where things start to move, where things start to feel more balanced. You start to feel inspired to take a leap of faith. But yet you feel that Queen of Pentacles very balanced with that justice and grounded. It's the Ace of Cups. So I'm kind of getting, I guess, 2 different storylines going on with this 2 of Swords as the challenging energy. Take it as it resonates. There's definitely movement and something new starting. What energies are supporting us this week? One more. Okay. Okay. Whoa. Interesting. Ouch. What the fuck? I don't know how. This is interesting because it's what energies are supporting, and I get the 9 of Swords coming out, the 5 of Swords, and the 4 of Cups. I'm instantly hearing disbelief. Like, it could be why it's oh, Mark, I know. Like, I was not, you could clearly tell, expecting that energy to come through at all. But here's what I'm getting in terms of it being supportive. This situation, the current energies we're in, the things going on right now might be bringing things up to the surface for this healing. Things that are the 9 of Swords that are kind of worst nightmare or being in your head about things, overthinking things. And this, whatever this is, it's it's again, it's like it's bringing it up, and there's like the Five of Swords comes next. To me, it's that walking away again. It's that mental battle, things I don't want to think about, things that don't make me happy to think about, battles that are just no-win situations. At the end, nobody wins, kind of energy of this, maybe a little internal battle because things aren't quite clear, but it's supportive in that it's helping you find your balance. It's actually what's bringing in. Yes, yeah, and that absolutely, I love that. And don't you love shower thoughts? Oh my God. But that's leads me right back to this. Like, yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's perfect, and that's when it kind of that stuck energy with this Two of Swords, and it feels like okay, beautiful. So, you know, I'm tapped into you. And this Four of Cups is maybe the realization that you didn't want to see that you were stuck somewhere. You were stuck on something or on someone. And so this shift coming in that maybe brings in this unexpected kind of energy here that we see, and just kind of the challenging energy. But it almost to me feels like this Two of Swords is because of this. And that's why Spirit's saying, like, it's in the supporting because you're healing this. This is that cycle you're ending. And a lot of times it is that mental, it's that getting the fuck out of your head. And it is opening that heart space, allowing your heart to lead the way. And there is, to me, this energy of having this week, letting this all unfold, this fool's journey, because that's really where we're at in this shift, right? Is this 0 point. It's now this, we aren't doing things the old way, and what that's going to look like, or what it looks like. So it's a little bit to me of just kind of accepting that, I don't know, maybe there was some energy wasted with somewhere that just now you're like, yeah, I see. And that could relate to being stuck or has been stuck. So let's look at some incoming energies. So we get near the end of the week. So not so distant future energies, please. Not so distant future energies. Incoming energies. Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking at incoming energies. Ooh, this is beautiful. Wow. Yeah, this weekend, I think, is what gets things lit individually and collectively. We have the Empress incoming energy. There's that divine feminine energy. There's that birth, that creation energy, that nurturing, healing, compassion of Gaia. And we have the world. So I feel like in terms of collectively, we're going to see a different reaction than maybe was wanted or expected. It might be, in terms of looking back at this, in terms of collective energy, it could be we have quite a number of people right now with everything going on who were refusing to see things as they are, that are now starting to realize it's kind of like their worst nightmare come true. that everything, that conspiracy theory or that made them go, is now like, boom, in the face. And the collective energy is like going to be like, whoa, okay, I have to accept that this shit's shady as fuck, right? Kind of energy. And that could be within us. Now it's kind of coming out, right? A little more clear. Those swords really threw me in the supporting, but it's almost like this, like, now things that maybe you've devoted a lot of time and energy to are that just never seem to get you anywhere now really coming to the light, like these again, big cycles ending, new beginnings. Definitely this is incoming energy. 5 of Pentacles. I feel like that is very, collective of part of what we're healing. Part of what needs to be cleared out is separation. And this is all about lack perspective and separation from each other. And again, I'm getting this coming together energy that's building and in this response to what's above. Like, kind of feels like the beginning of the week might feel a little stuck, a little frustration. You might be feeling like, because things aren't moving these next few days, like that might be you getting stuck in your head and realizing like, this is not worth my time. I can't stay focused on this shit. Again, this kind of get out and play thing. Don't even be thinking right now. But because what's coming in releasing that is this very nurturing, this very like completion energy, this healing energy, is what I feel. It could also be in terms of personal, like, or almost personal. The return, right? Someone who has not been in communication, or that kind of left you out in the cold. You could be turning your back on something that there seems to be this, again, element of surprise that throws things off a little. It is really healing and positive, but it throws things off. It's very, very interesting what's coming through. It'll be interesting to see how the week goes. And I will on Tuesday. I think with YouTube from now, I'm just going to go live. Like, to me, I enjoy it more. And even if it's just you and me, Mark, it's cool. But, and it's easier. Like, I feel more vibing and natural doing it live. So Tuesday, I'll do the masculine, feminine, look at the week, and we'll probably, like I said, do something. This is really interesting. I'm like, fuck it. I want to see some more. Tell me about this 9 of Swords as a supporting energy. Okay. It again, I feel like it's supporting because there's something coming. Like, it's bringing things up to the surface for you to heal, for you to release, for you to face and accept and allow, because something's coming in. It's the 2 of Wands, and that's this energy, like, again, back to the 2 of Swords and these 2 kind of storylines. Of one is this at a crossroads. It's like, this crossroads is about to open up, like it's about to move, but there's a lot of worry about it, a lot of in your head about it. And it could, if you have a soul connection with someone, you could be picking up their energy too. They could be all in their head about this, but it definitely is. It's because of this go back coming. It's like this anticipation. It's supporting you, but it's not, if that makes sense. Like, it's pushing things up mentally that is teaching you to let go, again, to allow. Tell me the Five of Swords. What's the Five of Swords about? Is supporting. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. So it's almost like, to me, again, it's this realization, if I just get the fuck out of my head and stop worrying about what's coming, and focus on the physical and balance, things balance out kind of on their own, we can see. To me, it's a lot of whatever, in calling it supporting energy. It might just be more what's challenging us this week. I don't know. It's interesting. That's for sure. And I was going to ask to clarify the Four of Cups. I'm sure they already knew that. The Wheel of Fortune. See, there's some realization, there's some acceptance, there's some I'm getting this letting the wheel go. Like, Jesus, take the wheel. Right? That's what I'm hearing. It's like, fuck this shit, Jesus, take the wheel. And all of a sudden something comes in and you're like, oh, now I see why. Okay, right? And Spirit's like, just trust your intuition. Don't overthink it. And we talked, Mark, that was kind of a little energy going on a few days ago whenever I was on last. Is this kind of get the fuck out of your head. Stop worrying about how things are going to play out. And that's definitely in the collective too, right? Within this collective fear of just this constant focus on what's not helping, right? The Empress. Tell us about the Empress with this incoming energy. What else can you tell us? Ooh. Whew. Emotions, Queen of Cups, could be someone. Definitely could be a deep connection, someone you're connected to. Could be mother. For some, is something to do with mother. It's not going to resonate with everybody. I just like had this moment of, my mom's a Cancer and she's like total Nine of Swords all the time. And I'm not even playing. Like, that woman stays stuck on the most negative shit. She watches the news 24 hours a day. She is one of those who will tell you if it's not on the news, it's not the truth. And maybe there's a reason this story is coming through. Maybe there is this realization, like, collectively, of we have really been focused on the wrong thing. We're totally fucked up. Right? The Magician too. So with the Empress energy, very fertile, right? Gestation, that birth, that creation. Gaia, that feminine, the mother. So whatever you've been wanting to manifest, it feels like it's coming in. This cycle's completing. There's kind of this allowance of things to being in that feminine energy of receiving, of just allowing it to kind of come to you, right? It is a message I've consistently gotten for the last few months, is light workers really, they need to be in this place of allowing the universe to work for you. You've been doing lifetimes of work, and we're here. So this is a time to get the fuck out of your head, relax, let it happen, allow it to happen. What you've been manifesting is coming to fruition with this world here. And whether it's a person or just deeper connections, it could be feminine healing, mother healing, a deepening of that kind of relationship for some. To me, again, it is this deep healing that's going to be coming collectively of the feminine energy of Gaia, of the mother. I do feel this connection of schools being closed, because who's the first one that has to stay home from work in a two-parent home? The majority of our single parents are single mothers. This is going to be very, very hard for single mothers. They can't afford daycare. There's a lot don't have support of a babysitter. So I feel like it could be this stuff going on within the collective could be very, very triggering with that feminine energy, which again, you and I know, and whoever wants to listen and comment later, that's part of this journey. That's this cycle we need to complete, is healing the divine feminine to bring in the balance. We can't leave her, Gaia, the feminine. We can't leave her out in the cold anymore. And to me, look at this is like a woman and a child, that it's that separation too. King of Swords on the bottom. So definitely clarity, truth coming in at the end of the week, a rebirth or a new birth. Tell us about the world. Anything else with the world? Whoa. There it is, Mark. There it is. So the end of the week, the world to me right away, it's this Saturn Jupiter. It's this end of the astrological new year. It's the shift. It's the spring equinox. It is the rebirth. And there is going to be a moment. I feel like right around that time, the weekend, maybe early next week, right? 10 of Pentacles came afterwards, though. So it's something really positive to me and collectively, and you can let me know if you pick anything up right away. But the first thing I thought of is something with money in terms of collective, masses, global, maybe coming to light. Something crashing, stock market kind of idea of, again, the 1920s, right? Am I right? That first popped in of, this, it's always like follow the sex or the money trail. And but in terms of individual, it's, again, there's this, and it could be this energy up here I was feeling that is this kind of surprise moment. It could be communication. It's definitely, I feel some kind of news, but it's leading to abundance. It's leading to stability. The Two of Cups is on the bottom. So for some, it's a relationship. It's the rebirth of a relationship. To me, it's the resurrection or the rebirth of a relationship. For me, collectively, it is, again, this coming together. People coming together, not leaving each other out in the cold, not buying into the separation. And we're going to have another big moment coming, another big kind of global news kind of moment that it could be related around money for sure. But I'm seeing this in terms of the collective. It's a coming together again of the people we're seeing. It's that nurturing, compassion, feminine energy leading the way that is very different than we've ever had happen in are cycles of human history, right? It's never been revolution led by feminines. So maybe that's that change, that let's do things differently that's coming through. And even masculines who are awake and ascended, and with your feminine energy, it's that you all are balanced, in that. I'm not trying to say this is all only going to be women. It's certainly not. It's light workers, starseed, ascended collective, but it is very much the healing of the feminine, and so whatever. Anyways, so this week, what do we see incoming is a moment, a big moment that completes cycles, that starts new beginnings with this tower. Career, if this is relating in terms of career or finances, it's a big shift in that coming in. And let's look a little more at this Five of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, there's the star. To clarify the Five of Pentacles, it's a shift. Again, it's a shift from going from nothing to everything is what's coming through. It's like all of a sudden clarity and bam. Oh, it's getting dark here. Can you tell? Wow. Tell me a little more. Could again be two happy family. Motherfuck. Look at that. The rainbow. Unified, unity consciousness, technology. I think what we're going to see, and Mark, you can tell me what you feel, is technology is going to play a really big role in this whole thing collectively, because quarantines, because people aren't leaving their houses. And how do we continue communication? It could too be individually messages coming through, right? Technology wise, emails, phone calls, text messages, social media. This tower within the collective could very well be this, all of a sudden, like through technology, through social media, is this kind of moment where we see a big number, a mass number of people start to wake up. The light starts to shine. It starts to click. The healing begins from separation to unity. And that is some powerful shit right there. Like the way this feels, man, it's like, again, this hard work about to pay off for those who've been on the journey and are on the highway doing the damn thing. And it feels like collective, this begins again. It's going to keep coming, these tower moments that allow this opening up, this vulnerability that we see again with feminine energy, that allows us, that shows us that we're connected and brings us together. Yeah, I have. Some of this I've been channeling for longer than I've had the channel, and I just was scared. A lot of it, didn't know if it really what it is, and I've visited this a lot in my board meetings, is this fear of this fear almost of being right. And I really was reflecting on that, like, again, claircognizance. You and I have talked about it. That clear knowing is, to me, the hardest to kind of explain or understand of the clairs, because there is nothing kind of physical for most people to wrap their head around, right? You say, I see this clairvoyantly. Well, they believe you can see something. They believe you can hear something. They believe you can feel something or smell something or touch something. But they don't believe you can just know something out of thin air. And it's, I was reflecting on that one, because I know, and I caught myself, I say, I think a lot. And that was, even as a child, me trying to like seem like I didn't know, and I got a lot of, I think it was a lot of, especially at home, with my mother and our connection. It was very much a demeaning thing, and I just kind of stopped, like, stopped talking about what I knew and what I sensed and what I felt, because a lot of times, and this is just isn't in this life, right? It's a repeated pattern through lives of, we've all been um, we've all been seers and healers and channelers and priestesses and prophets and what witches and whatever labels you want to apply in other lives, where again, persecution. And so light workers have this fear almost of being right, because you've been like second guessed for lifetimes. You've literally been hurt for speaking truth, right? Or being right. We have so many people right now, like Dolores Cannon predicted this in 2020, the coronavirus, and she was cast out like as a crazy person, right? It's all conspiracy theories, or, where's the proof kind of thing. And that's where I feel like this galactic visitation that is seen, is happening because most humans won't believe it till they see it. And if it's shown in a place of unconditional love, of service, then you can't say, the masses can't say that it's this scary, awful thing, aliens coming from the sky and attacking Earth, if it's shown in the complete opposite, in the light. Right? So I think there's a lot of things collectively that I've seen for quite a while that are now coming into the physical, that I was very just, and not confident either in never doing this, like, this shit's been really scary for me. It has been very much healing though, and healing things from very long ago, and there's more coming. I know with me there's more coming. I've been urged since my awakening to share my story, and my story from like the very beginning, and like Sirius and a starseed, and why I signed up to do this human thing, kind of thing. But that's for another day. I've been playing around with how to do that, and so I'm going to leave it here tonight, Mark. Time for me to eat some dinner, probably watch something funny. We'll see. But it is definitely, feel like it's going to be a slow kind of week. Maybe feel a little frustrating. That might be triggering that head stuff. But by the weekend, it's going to, again, shit's about to get lit, right? So I'm excited to see what comes for us all. And I thank you, Mark. I love you. And I'll talk to you and everyone else real soon. And as always, thank you, thank you, thank you. For those other than Mark who already knows, if it resonated and you want to get into your private situation, email me. I'd love to help you out. It's definitely a great time to seek confirmation from people you can trust, right? So anyways, I love y'all. Peace.